All right, should be live, should be good to go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We got a 9-game Monday slate to talk about. We do have some news that I want to hit on that came out during the day. We talked about it yesterday when I went over the Bucks. Giannis was probable when I made my video last night, and I thought, it seems like every time Giannis is probable, like there's a good chance he doesn't actually play. And surely enough, we got word this afternoon that Giannis downgraded to doubtful. So Giannis expected to be out for the Bucks. Really changed the slate now. With Giannis expected to be out, Drew, Middleton, Bobby Portis, I mean, they all look like great plays here. We've kind of seen this scenario. Whenever Giannis sits, like, these are the guys that you just jam in. And obviously, they're not priced where they should be for Giannis to be out. Drew should be like 9K. Middleton should be like 9K. Portis should be like, 7,800. So, really like all three of those main Bucks guys. I think you could play all three in the same lineup. I don't hate it. I think they're all really good plays. And then value-wise, we'll have to wait and see what the starting lineup is. I'm expecting Middleton, Holiday, Portis, Allen to start. Do they start Serge Ibaka? Do they start Jordan Nwora? Like, we'll have to wait and see. Normally, Pat Connaughton would start, but he's out right now. So it's probably going to be either like Ibaka or Jordan Nwora. Like, Jordan Nwora, 3K. Right now, it's a wait and see for me. If he does wind up starting, I think he's going to be one of the better value plays on the slate because we've seen him be really productive when he does get starts, when he does get minutes. And obviously, without Giannis, a lot of minutes available. So keep an eye on that Bucks starting lineup. That'll be very important. Could give us some value there if Nwora starts. But right now, I think definitely Middleton, Holiday, Portis all look like great plays. Really, really like all three of those guys with Giannis expected to be out. And that's really all the news for today. There's not too much else that's come out during the day. Just really that. So yeah, if you guys have questions for tonight's slate, you can start throwing those in chat. We'll be live till about 6:30. Try and get through all your guys' questions. And again, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed the Super Bowl yesterday. Sadly, I was on the Bengals. I thought the Bengals were going to win yesterday. Didn't turn out that way. But it was still a good game to watch for sure. I didn't win some money, but it is what it is, man. I'm kind of glad that NFL season's over with. NFL season it was whooping my ass towards the end there. Any interest in Taj Gibson or Ish Smith for value? For me, Taj Gibson, that's going to depend on if Mitchell Robinson plays. We already got word that Nerlens Noel's out, but Mitchell Robinson is still questionable. If Mitchell Robinson plays, no interest in Taj Gibson. If he's out, you could definitely go to Taj Gibson. Ish Smith, I think, is okay. He probably plays like 20, 24 minutes off the bench. He's fairly cheap. Like, I don't think he's a standout value play, but he's viable. It's about time to hang with your boy Noah for a bit before the action starts. Hey, appreciate you being here every day, Elvin. Appreciate you, my man. I see you in chat like every single day, so thank you, my man. Thank you for the support. Any prize picks looks? For prize picks today, there's a couple guys I like. It's a big slate, so there's a lot of options. I was able to get on these Bucks guys early before they took them off the board for Giannis being out. But I still think all these Bucks guys look really good on prize picks. Right now they've got Drew for, let me see, where's he at? They got Drew for 43 fantasy points. They got Middleton for 42 fantasy points. They got Bobby Portis for 34 fantasy points. Like, I think all three of those guys can easily hit those overs. Just because we've seen in this scenario, man, when Giannis is out, like, these are the guys that are just doing all the heavy lifting. They're taking the shots. They're getting all the usage. So I really like the overs on all three of the main Bucks guys. Those are a few picks I like. Some other ones I really like. Anthony Simons over 4.5 assists. That's just an easy play for me. I mean, his potential assists have been way up with CJ McCollum and Dame. Dame out, CJ no longer on the team. Dennis Smith Jr. was out last game too. I mean, he's out again. I mean, I think over 4.5 assists for Anthony Simons is a really, really good play. I like that one a lot. I mean, DeMar DeRozan, one of his props I really like is his points. He's just been scoring a ton lately. His projection right now is 31.5 points. He's hit that in 5 straight games. Without Zach LaVine, like, we just know it's going to be DeRozan, Vooch, Ayo, Kobe White. Those are going to be the guys just taking all the shots. So, if you want to go over on those Bulls guys, DeRozan, Vooch, Ayo, Kobe White, I don't hate that either. I think really just focusing on these teams where we know the usage is going. We know on the Bulls, there's 4 guys that are just getting all the opportunity. On the Bucks, with Giannis out, there's going to be 3 guys that really get all the opportunity. So taking their overs on prospects is what I like. And then if you want to do the Simons assist, I like that one a lot too. Any value plays from Milwaukee with Giannis out? Brooklyn with Seth Curry now in the lineup. Yeah, we talked about Seth Curry in my video yesterday. I like Seth Curry a lot. I'm expecting him to start. I think he's going to have a good role while Kyrie and KD are out. And then value plays for Milwaukee, it's going to depend on starting lineup. We kind of talked about that. Any love for Marvin Bagley or Zubac? Bagley, I think, will have a good role with the Pistons, but, in his first game, it's going to be tough to predict really how many minutes Bagley plays. If Bagley somehow starts, I don't think that'll happen. If Bagley starts, though, I would like him a lot. I just don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Zubac, I just really never play Zubac. I guess he's okay. Bagley, though, I think will have a pretty good role with the Pistons. It's tough to predict, what his minutes are going to look like in his first game. Nwora, Grimes, or Jerome. If Nwora starts, he's my favorite there. I would drink the Bulls players' points per dollar. And it's probably the way they're priced. DeRozan number 1, Vooch number 2, Io. I would probably prefer Io over Kobe White, and then Kobe White 4th. Those are the only guys I'd play from the Bulls. I don't think I'd play anyone else. DeRozan, Sabonis, Vooch, or Siakam. Give me DeRozan there. Thoughts on Kemba? I mean, I think Kemba's okay. He's been playing better lately. I think RJ Barrett being out helps Kemba. I still don't love Kemba on this slate. I think there's better value, but if he continues to play well, it's a pretty good matchup. 4,300, he's cheap. I mean, he's playable, but I never trust Tibbs to give minutes to Kemba. Like Kemba, he'll play 30 minutes one night, he'll play 18 the next. It's just, you never know with that guy. Drew or De'Aaron Fox? I would definitely take Drew now. What's up, Didi? What's up, my man? White or Dosunmu? Slight lean to Io. Kuzma, Ingram, Middleton, or Fox? Give me Middleton. Kuzma or Randall? Give me Randall. Didn't feel like Super Bowl, but good game. It was a good game. Felt like it went by really fast. I don't know when the game actually ended, but I felt like the game was over so quick. I was hoping for overtime, honestly. But it was still a good game. I enjoyed it. The halftime show I liked as well. I know there's different opinions on the halftime show, but I thought it was pretty good. Any good prize picks? Yeah, we just kind of touched on some prize picks I like. You like Cam Thomas or Kendrick Williams? I mean, I think Cam Thomas as a tournament play makes some sense. He should be really low owned. I think he's still going to have a good role, with Kyrie and KD out. I'm guessing Seth Curry will start and play pretty good minutes, but I think Cam Thomas will still get a lot of run off the bench. So don't hate Cam Thomas. I think he's in play. Kendrick Williams, with Lou Dort out, I think Kendrick Williams is viable as well. You never know how many minutes those bench guys for OKC are going to play. I don't think Kendrick Williams will start. If he winds up starting, I would feel really good about him. If he doesn't start, he probably still plays like 24, 25 minutes, which, given how solid of a point per minute player he is, he would still be viable for me. Any Drummond tonight? Tough to really go to Drummond, just because, man, like Brooklyn, they have Aldridge, they have Claxton, they have Blake Griffin. Like, we just have no idea how they're going to divvy up the minutes between all those guys. So, unless Drummond starts, I don't really have much interest. If he starts, though, I think Drummond's going to be a great play if he starts. But I don't think that'll happen. You like Giddey without Dort? I mean, I think Giddey's fine. They said that they were going to limit his minutes to 30 minutes. And last game he played that, or he played over that. He played 33 minutes. So, like, I don't know if Giddey's still on a minutes limit. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Basically, after they said they were limiting his minutes, he played 30, 29, 24. And the last game he played 33. So, like, I really don't know with Giddey. If he plays 30 minutes, I don't think I'd want to go there. But if he can get, like, 34, 35 minutes, I'd feel pretty good about Giddey without Dort. Don't love the matchup against the Knicks. It's a pretty slow-paced game. But Giddey does have upside without Dort, without SGA. It's just a matter of, if they're going to give him the minutes. I mean, they said they were going to limit his minutes to, like, around 30 moving forward. And that happened for, like, 2 games. And I guess, I don't know. Is the limit gone now? I really don't know. McCollum, Holiday, J-Val, or Anthony Simons. Give me Drew there. Favorite fast food fries? Bro, Shake Shack's got the best fast food fries. They're crinkle cut. They're crispy. Love them. Thoughts on Quentin Grimes? I mean, I think Quentin Grimes is in play. He's still minimum 3K. He should continue to start while RJ Barrett's out. He's played good minutes as well. 31 and 37 minutes the last 2 games he started. Quentin Grimes is a pretty scoring-dependent player. But he's 3K, so, like, even if his shot's not falling, he could still score, like, 18 DraftKings points and be okay. Like, it's going to be really hard for Quentin Grimes to kill your lineup tonight, just because he's so cheap and, he's going to get the minutes, most likely. So definitely in play for value. If you need a punt option, I do like Grimes. Now, I will say that if Jordan Nwora starts in place of Giannis, I think Nwora offers more upside than Grimes. I'd rather play Nwora in that scenario. But, hell, if you wanted to, you could play both. Beef or chicken? Definitely give me chicken, man. Love being here, man. I'm not a big gambler, but I played ball for 15 years. Love hearing you talk basketball. It's always fun. Hey, Elvin, appreciate you, my man. Again, appreciate you being here every day. Favorite values? I mean, right now, like I said, I think Seth Curry's, if you consider him a value, I like him quite a bit just because I think his role is going to be really good for Brooklyn without Kyrie and without KD, and, you know, Ben Simmons still out too. So I think Seth Curry at 5,400 is a good value.
Yeah.
Noora, if he starts, I really like for value. Quentin Grimes is in play for value. In this late game, there's some value in this late game. Kuminga's been starting and playing good minutes. He's only 4,600, so Kuminga should be a solid value. I think he's in play. I think Terrence Mann, he's been getting big minutes lately and should continue to play big minutes, you know, with Norman Powell out now. So I think Terrence Mann's a good value. So those are kind of the guys I'm looking to for value. Mann, Kuminga, Grimes, Noora if he starts, and then Seth Curry I like for value too. Got a $2 super chat from Aaron Tillery. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Aaron. Appreciate $2 super chat, my man. I'm rocking Noora and Ty Jerome as my value picks. Thoughts on that today? I mean, I think both are in play. Ty Jerome I would feel better about if he starts. I don't know who's going to start for Lou Dort. It could be Jerome. It could be Poku. It could be like, you just never know. But if Ty Jerome starts for Dort, I'd feel pretty good about Jerome. I think Noora, if he starts, is going to be a really good value. We're going to have to wait and see, though, what that starting lineup is for the Bucks. Thoughts on Osmo content? I mean, I think Osmo, they make good content, man. I think Osmo guys are... I mean, there's a bunch of sharp DFS players that work for Osmo. Adam, really good player. Josh, a really good player. Luffy's a really smart guy. There's a lot of smart guys that work for Osmo. There's definitely some guys that, you know, haven't shown much DFS results that I've really never heard of, but I think the Osmo content, those guys do it. You know, they're doing a good job. Also fading Grimes for Walker with inflated ownership. I mean, I don't hate that. Like, there's a price difference between those two. If both were 3K, then yeah, I would totally think that'd be fine. You're paying a little bit more for Kemba than you are Grimes, but Kemba should be way lower owned than Grimes. You know, if Grimes has a really bad game, does that mean, you know, that Kemba's doing really well? I guess it could. That could be the case. So, I mean, I don't hate that if you wanna go that route. I still think Grimes does have somewhat of a low floor. Like Grimes, he could play 32 minutes and score like 14 DraftKings points. But I mean, he's 3K, so like in the end, it's not gonna kill you if he does. But obviously, you're not really winning anything with that in your lineup. Cole Anthony, Bobby Portis, or Klay Thompson. Give me Bobby Portis. Any players under 4K you like? Under 4K, if Noora starts, he's going to be really good value. Grimes, we've talked about. I think those are like the couple guys. I don't know if there's too much else under 3K or under 4K. What about Zach Collins for value? I'm not really interested in Zach Collins. He's just like, he's the backup center. He's going to play whatever minutes Jakob Poeltl doesn't play. If Jakob Poeltl plays 32 minutes, that means Zach Collins is playing 16 minutes. I mean, I don't really have much interest in a guy playing 16 to 20 minutes on a 9-game slate, that is. Best forward option, 4,300 and under. It's got to be Terrence Mann or Noora if he starts. Josh Richardson's debut tonight. You think he has a good night? Man, it's always tough. Like when a guy makes his debut for a team, like you just don't really know. Like, what is his role going to be on the Spurs? Like, we just don't know. I guess he comes off the bench and plays like low 20s minutes. I don't think that's going to be, you know, enough to make him a viable DFS play. Bryant, thoughts on the Wizards? I mean, Thomas Bryant's viable, you know, with Daniel Gafford still out, with Porzingis still not ready to play. I mean, Thomas Bryant should get like, you know, low 20s minutes. He hasn't played as much as I thought he would. Like I thought with Gafford out, with Porzingis out, you know, with Harrell gone, I thought they were going to play Thomas Bryant like 30 minutes a night. I just hasn't been the case lately. But he's still been productive in his, you know, 23, 24 minutes. Now on a 9-game slate, does Thomas Bryant stand out as like a top value play? I don't think so, but he's viable, I'll say. DeRozan, Randall, Pascal, or Sabonis? Give me DeRozan there. Thoughts on Drummond, you think he starts? I don't think he does. If he doesn't start, I don't have much interest in Drummond. It's just going to be tough to predict how many minutes he gets, you know, with all those bigs they have. With Blake Griffin, with Claxton, with Aldridge. Like, I mean, we just don't know how Brooklyn's going to divvy up the center minutes between those 4 guys. There's a good chance that, like, I mean, maybe Blake Griffin might not even play. I don't know. Simons or J-Val? Give me Simons, but that's a close one. Best center under 5,900. I mean, if we knew that Gobert was out, I would like Whiteside, but Gobert went through shoot-around, so he probably will play. Drummond I'd only go to if he starts. Maybe like Isaiah Stewart, like that might be your best bet, or Thomas Bryant. Not much I love in that price range at center. How you feel about Harrison Barnes over 16.5 points, or do you prefer over 22.5 points, rebounds, or points and rebounds? I mean, Harrison Barnes is kind of a guy that, you know, usually when he has a good game, it's because he scores a lot. So I'd probably take his points. He usually doesn't get like a ton of rebounds, if I remember correctly. Like he's a guy that doesn't ever get like a ton of rebounds. 5, 8, 6, 9, 5, 7, 5. I mean, averages like 6 rebounds a game. I want to say that if he hits his points prop, he probably hits his points rebounds prop too. So I guess take the points, I guess. I don't know. If Curry comes off the bench, is he still a good play? I would definitely be hesitant on Curry if he comes off the bench. I don't think that'll be the case, but if they do bring Curry off the bench, then yeah, that would lower my interest for sure. But I don't think that'll happen. Most likely they're going to start Patty Mills, Curry, one of the bigs, and then I don't know who else. Kessler Edwards will probably start, and then maybe Bruce Brown starts again. We'll definitely have to pay attention to that Brooklyn starting lineup. Favorite center on Yahoo? Probably Bobby Portis. Thoughts on Drew? I mean, Drew's a great play without Giannis. Shouldn't need to tell you that. Fournier or Neto? Give me Neto. Is Whiteside starting today? Whiteside hasn't been starting. Whiteside's just been getting minutes off the bench because Gobert's been out. If Gobert plays, I have zero interest in Whiteside. If Gobert's out, then I think you could continue to go to Whiteside because obviously Whiteside has big-time upside, and he's shown that the last 2 games. You still like CJ Ellaby? Not really. I mean, I think now that Josh Hart's getting minutes and, you know, is on the team and, you know, he's in the mix now, they have Simons, they have Winslow, they have Hart, they have Nurkic. Like, all those guys are going to, you know, soak up usage. It's really hard for Ellaby to put up a huge game playing with all those guys. I thought Ellaby was a good value for like the, you know, 2 or 3 games when they were running like a 9-man rotation and they were still without, you know, it was just like basically Simons and Nurkic. That's all they had. Now I think, you know, with Hart in the mix, I just don't really like Ellaby that much. Is this a stars and scrubs slate? I mean, it's kind of whatever you want it to be. I mean, there's plenty of good plays in the mid-range. There's definitely good pay-up options you could go to if you wanted to play Jokic, if you wanted to play Dejounte Murray, DeRozan. There's going to be value to get those guys. We've already talked about a lot of cheap options. I think, though, this is definitely a slate where the mid-range really stands out. A lot of guys in the 7 to 9K range that offer a big-time upside and are underpriced, in my opinion. It's also on Şengün because I feel like he'll still play in a blowout. I mean, he would play in a blowout. He has played in blowouts this year. With him coming off the bench, I just really don't know how much Şengün plays. He was starting for a little bit there, and then they put him back to the bench last game, and I think his minutes went way down. He was playing high 20s, and then he got 21 last game. So, I mean, I guess if you want to play Şengün and hope for a blowout, I don't hate it, but I don't think on a 9-game slate, I just don't think you need to go there. There's other value to go to. Favorite low-priced wizard? Probably Thomas Bryant or Raw Nets, or one of those two. Probably Bryant, I guess. Josh Hart. I mean, Josh Hart's viable. He's going to play big minutes. He played big minutes in his debut with the Blazers. He was pretty productive. His usage was really high. He took a lot of shots. I don't have an issue with Josh Hart. Any interest in Cade? Not really. On this slate, I don't think there's many Pistons I'd be going to. If you're playing 100 lineups or 150 lineups, then sure, you could sprinkle in some Cade or some Jeremy Grant, maybe some Marvin Bagley, but for me, I'm not really interested in many Pistons at all. Thoughts on Kuzma? I think Kuzma's still a solid play. His price has come up a little bit, but his role right now is just so good. Without Spencer Dinwiddie, with Beal still out, with Porzingis not ready to play yet, I mean, Kuzma's just playing an absurd amount of minutes. He's been really productive. He's shown triple-double upside. He's stuffing the stat sheet. I mean, Kuzma's been really good. It's just that I think now that his price is up to almost 9K, man, now that he's priced where he is, you have guys like Julius Randle and DeRozan you could go to, and I think I'd rather get to those guys if I could. You still play Toronto guys with the blowout risk being so high? I mean, I don't think there's much blowout risk in the Toronto game. Right now, the Pelicans are at home. They're only let's see, where's the line at? Yeah, they're only 3.5 point dogs. The game with the biggest blowout risk is like Utah, Houston, Denver, Orlando. Milwaukee, Portland was looking like a game that would blow out. Now that Giannis is out, I think it makes it more likely that game stays close. But definitely, like, I mean, Denver should beat the crap out of Orlando. Utah should beat the crap out of Houston. I think every other game should stay close. I mean, you never know with these blowouts, man. Blowouts just happen. They're so fucking random, but I feel like if there's any games that are blow out, it'll be those two. Any interest in Justice Winslow? I still think he's viable. He's been getting really good minutes. He's going to continue to start. He's been a productive player when he's been on the floor. I don't have an issue with Winslow. I think Giannis being out as well is probably beneficial for him. I don't really know who would have guarded Giannis if he would have played, but it could have been Winslow, and if that would have been the case, there would have been some foul trouble risk there. But yeah, I think Winslow's viable. I mean, there's not I don't think there's one guy from Portland that stands out as a slam dunk or anything, but there's if you want to go to Hart or Simons or Nurkic or Winslow, I don't hate any of those guys. Enough value to get to Murray and Jokic comfortably? I mean, for sure. I mean, we talked about plenty of guys that are viable for cheap. Man, Nwora, if he starts, Grimes, I mean, these guys are all Grimes and Nwora are both 3K. Man's really cheap. Seth Curry's cheap. I mean, there's plenty of value to go with Jokic and Murray if that's the route you want to go. Best center on Yahoo 26 or under. It's got to be Bobby Portis for me. Vassell in play tonight. I think Vassell's still viable. He's going to play pretty good minutes. He's been starting in place of Derek White. I think he's going to start while Derek White, with Derek White no longer on the team. So, I mean, at 5,200, his price has come up a little bit, but I still think Vassell's in play. Now, is he one of my favorite values? Probably not. I think there's other plays that have opened up, but I definitely think Vassell's still viable. Your favorite center, any salary, and then favorite value center, if you can answer that. Favorite center, any salary, probably points per dollar. I mean, Portis really looks good with Giannis out now. And then favorite value center, I mean, I don't really like much value at center, but if you're going cheap, Thomas Bryant might be your best bet. Is Gobert playing? Gobert went through shoot around, so I think he'll play. Bay or Trent? Give me Gary Trent. Thoughts on Harkless? Price is 4.6K on Australian DFS. I mean, I don't know what other guys were priced around Harkless, so it's really kind of tough to answer that question. If you have Nwora, if Nwora is really cheap and he starts, I mean, I think Nwora is one of the best values. So I would definitely be playing Nwora over Harkless. I don't know what the price is on Nwora over there. $13 left at the forward spot. Who's your favorite play? Probably Terrence Mann. He's $13. Terrence Mann's $13. Kuminga's $12. It's one of those two guys for sure. Probably Mann, I would think, but that's really close. Who's your team to stack tonight? Anywhere from 3 to 5 man. I mean, I really don't stack an NBA. I will say though that this is a slate where I think there are some teams you can stack. Milwaukee's the team that if you're gonna play 3-4 guys from, it's probably Milwaukee. So I think playing with the Giannis out now, I think playing Middleton, Drew, Portis, all three in the same lineup, I don't hate it. You might be capping your upside a little bit there. I think in order for Middleton, Drew, and Portis to all put up ceiling performances, you're probably going to need this game to stay close and to be really high scoring. So if you are playing all three of Middleton, Holiday, Portis, maybe you play someone on the Portland side. So maybe you play a Simons or a Nurkic or someone like that. But I guess if you're going to stack a team, I mean, Milwaukee's the team you probably stack. I don't know. I don't really stack an NBA. Any interest in Mills and Neto? I think both are in play as low-owned dart throws. Neither one are slam dunk values for me, but without KD and Harden no longer on the team, Kyrie's still out. I think Mills should be good. He hasn't been good lately, but his role should still be good, and he's still cheap. And then Neto, as long as Neto's still starting, he should play close to 30 minutes, and he's still fairly cheap as well. Siakam or Vooch? I would take Vooch. You play entries at FanDuel at all? Usually I don't, no. Usually I don't. I mean, I have a FanDuel account, but I really don't play on FanDuel that often. I got a tax form from FanDuel this year because I played at the beginning of the NFL season. They gave me a $5 entry to the $1 million tournament they were running for the Cowboys-Bucks game at the very beginning of the season. I played an entry in that. I played my one lineup in that. They gave me the free entry, and I won first for $1,700, and I never played the rest of the season. So I got a tax form from FanDuel. I literally entered one contest on FanDuel this year. Thoughts on Aaron Gordon? Probably not for me. Probably not for me. I mean, usually when it comes to Denver, it's just Jokic and that's it. Like, I really never play Aaron Gordon, Will Barton. Like, those guys only ever play when Jokic is out. Thoughts on this lineup? Ayo, Grimes, Middleton, Nwora, Pirtle, Holiday, DeRozan, Kuminga. I like that, Ryan. I think that's good. Nwora, impossible to fade. I mean, if he doesn't start, you can definitely fade him. If Nwora does start, though, Nwora is going to be a pretty scary fade because we've seen Nwora, when he starts, he'll play big minutes. He's really productive. He's 3K. It's just, we got to wait and see on starting lineup. Right now, I don't have Nwora in my lineup, but if he does start, I will probably be trying to late swap him in. If Nwora starts, is he a better play than Terrence Mann? I would think so. I would think so, yeah. That would be close, but I would probably prefer Nwora. Murray or Drew? I mean, if you have the salary, I would play Dejounte Murray. But points per dollar wise, I think Drew's the better play. If Drummond starts, is he a strong play? If he starts, he's a strong play, but I don't think he does. I think they're going to go back to, like, Aldridge. Seems the National Blowout Association on a lot of nights. Yeah, every night, man. Every night. I don't think... Has there even been a slate this year where, like, every game has stayed close? Like, I think literally at least one game blows out every night in the NBA, it seems like. Maybe, like, on a 2-game slate, there's been, like, no blowouts, but I feel like whenever there's, like, at least 5 games, like, one of them's going to blow out. 5 games or more. Is Mitchell Robinson a strong play if he starts? I mean, he's going to start. He's been starting all season. Like, on this slate, I don't think I'd be going to Mitchell Robinson. The only guy I really like, only 2 guys I like from the Knicks, it's really Julius Randle and, you know, Quentin Grimes, and that's really it. Nurk and Jeremy Grant or Fox and Thomas Bryant. Give me Nurk and Grant. Pirtle and DeRozan or Vooch and 7.5K util. I'd probably just go Pirtle and DeRozan there, Ryan. Steph or DeRozan? Give me DeRozan. $4 fine. I think $4 is fine. I'm assuming the $4 you're playing are the main 3: Middleton, Drew, Portis, and then you're probably playing Nwora. I think that's totally fine. Is it dumb to play Ty Jerome, Nwora, and Grimes, all mid-salary players pretty much? I mean, I don't hate it. Ty Jerome, for me, I would feel better about Ty Jerome if he starts. If he doesn't start, then I'm a little hesitant there. But yeah, Nwora, if he starts, is going to be a great value. I think Grimes is cheap, or Grimes, you know, should easily be able to pay off his cheap price, and you know he's going to start again, so I don't hate that. You think Kerr trolls Kuminga minutes? Dude, I felt like last time I was on Kuminga, that was the game he played like 12 minutes. Who the fuck knows with Steve Kerr, but with how well Kuminga's been playing, it seems like he's kind of got the upper hand with the minutes. Like, I want to say he's played like at least 25 minutes in like 5 straight games or something. So 25 against the Lakers, he was in foul trouble. 36 against the Knicks. I think this Utah game he might have been in foul trouble. Basically, like the last 2 games he started, he's been playing good minutes. So I think as long as he stays out of foul trouble, we get 30 minutes from Kuminga at least. And he could play more if he's playing well. But yeah, you never know with Steve Kerr. You know, he'll troll all the time. I would not be surprised at all if after that game's over, I pull up the box score and Kuminga played 16 minutes and Otto Porter played 28. Like, I would not be surprised. Grimes or Grayson Allen, or Grimes or Grayson or Neto or Ish. Ooh, a lot of options there. Grimes, Grayson Allen, Neto or Ish. Give me Grayson Allen. I mean, I still do like Grimes there, but I think I would take Grayson Allen straight up if you have a salary. You like J-Val at all? I think J-Val's definitely in play. He should be really low owned. He's been really bad lately, but we know J-Val still offers a big ceiling and can put up a big game any night. So as a low owned dart throw, I don't hate going to J-Val. Top values. Sorry, I'm late. Top values. I mean, you can rewind the stream. We talked about a few guys already. You know, we'll have to wait and see what starting lineups look like. But you know, Jordan Nwora, if he starts, I like a lot for value. He's minimum salary. Quentin Grimes, minimum salary. I think my OBS disconnected for a second. I think we're good. What I was saying was Grimes, 3K. He's been starting and playing, you know, 30 minutes, 30 plus minutes. Nwora, if he starts, he's 3K. You could play him. Those are 2 3K guys right there. And then you got like Terrence Mann, Kuminga, Seth Curry. Those are guys I like for value. All right, guys, we've been live for over 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here. My OBS disconnected for a second, but we should be good now. But yeah, guys, best of luck tonight. Enjoy your Monday night. Enjoy the NBA games tonight. Hopefully, all you guys can win some money. Hopefully, I can win some money myself. And we will see you guys again tomorrow, an hour before lock. Hope to see you then. Best of luck. Peace out, fellas.